welcome to this Zwift Run live stream. My name is Stephen. I'm a Zwift ambassador, a community run leader and your host today. There's a countdown clock up there showing how long to go before the start of the main event, so you've probably got time to tidy the kitchen, take the trash out and grab yourself a drink before we get going. If you've never seen Zwift before, it's an online game where athletes from all over the world train, compete against and socialise with each other live and in real time. All you need to take part is a foot pod, an internet connection, access to a treadmill and a device on which to run the Zwift app. You can use a computer, an iPad, an iPhone, a high-end Android device. Zwift even works on Apple TV. If you have a smart treadmill, you don't even need a foot pod, as your treadmill will send your speed direct to Zwift. Once you've logged in and made sure your equipment is connected, you can join others live for structured group workouts or social runs. You could do a solo workout or take part in one of the many in-game challenges. You could also pit yourself against people from all over the world in a race. There are various Zwift worlds. Some are based on existing places like London, New York, Innsbruck, Richmond, Virginia and Harrogate in the UK. But the biggest world is the fictional Watopia, where you can run in glass tunnels underwater, through the middle of a volcano, in a jungle, up to the top of a snow-capped mountain and on country trails. Watopia is where the Zwift developers let their imagination fly. Like any computer game, the more you run, the higher up the levels you climb and the more virtual goodies you require. If you're a regular treadmill runner, Zwift is going to transform your training. If you're a hater, Zwift is going to change the way you think about indoor running. Before we go any further, if you're watching on YouTube, please click that subscribe button and the bell icon so you're notified every time we go live on this channel. If you're watching on Facebook, please click the like button on the Film My Run page. Film My Run is also my other YouTube channel where I post real world runs, so if you're interested in marathons, ultra running, 10Ks or triathlons, you'll find product reviews, interviews and races over on that channel. I've been running all my life. I started running long distance races in 2011 when I ran my first half marathon, and that was followed a year later by my first marathon in Paris. I've run the Paris Marathon every year since and have now run well over 100 marathons and ultras. I started using Zwift at the beginning of 2015 when indoor cycling and smart trainers really took off. In the early days, I held the long distance record for cycling of 500 kilometres on Zwift for about 48 hours. And when running started in 2016, I was the first person to run a marathon on Zwift. So if you have any questions about Zwift, if I don't know the answer, I probably know somebody who does. Okay, so now you can go and take the trash out and get that drink. And make sure you keep an eye on that countdown and be back in time for the start proper. Well, go on then, don't just sit there gawping at me. Basically, this message is going to go around in a loop again and again until the start of the run, so you may as well go and do something constructive in the meantime. Hello and welcome to this Zwift Run live stream. My name is Stephen. I'm a Zwift ambassador, a community run leader and your host today. There's a countdown clock up there showing how long to go before the start of the main event, so you've probably got time to tidy the kitchen, take the trash out and grab yourself a drink before we get going. If you've never seen Zwift before, it's an online game where athletes from all over the world train, compete against and socialise with each other live and in real time. All you need to take part is a foot pod, an internet connection, access to a treadmill and a device on which to run the Zwift app. You can use a computer, an iPad, an iPhone, a high-end Android device. Zwift even works on Apple TV. If you have a smart treadmill, you don't even need a foot pod, as your treadmill will send your speed direct to Zwift. Once you've logged in and made sure your equipment is connected, you can join others live for structured group workouts or social runs. You could do a solo workout or take part in one of the many in-game challenges. You could also pit yourself against people from all over the world in a race. There are various Zwift worlds. Some are based on existing places like London, New York, Innsbruck, Richmond, Virginia and Harrogate in the UK. But the biggest world is the fictional Watopia, where you can run in glass tunnels underwater, through the middle of a volcano, in a jungle, up to the top of a snow-capped mountain and on country trails. Watopia is where the Zwift developers let their imagination fly. Like any computer game, the more you run, the higher up the levels you climb and the more virtual goodies you require. If you're a regular treadmill runner, Zwift is going to transform your training. If you're a hater, Zwift is going to change the way you think about indoor running. Before we go any further, if you're watching on YouTube, please click that subscribe button and the bell icon so you're notified every time we go live on this channel. If you're watching on Facebook, please click the like button on the Film My Run page. Film My Run is also my other YouTube channel where I post real world runs, so if you're interested in marathons, ultra running, 10Ks or triathlons, you'll find product reviews, interviews and races over on that channel. I've been running all my life. I started running long distance races in 2011 when I ran my first half marathon, and that was followed a year later by my first marathon in Paris. I've run the Paris Marathon every year since and have now run well over 100 marathons and ultras. I started using Zwift at the beginning of 2015 when indoor cycling and smart trainers really took off. In the early days, I held the long distance record for cycling of 500 kilometres on Zwift for about 48 hours. And when running started in 2016, I was the first person to run a marathon on Zwift. So if you have any questions about Zwift, if I don't know the answer, I probably know somebody who does. Okay, so now you can go and take the trash out and get that drink. And make sure you keep an eye on that countdown and be back in time for the start proper. Well, go on then, don't just sit there gawping at me. Basically, this message is going to go around in a loop again and again until the start of the run, so you may as well go and do something constructive in the meantime. Hello and welcome to this Zwift Run live stream. My name is Stephen. I'm a Zwift ambassador, a community run leader and your host today. There's a countdown clock up there showing how long to go before the start of the main event, so you've probably got time to tidy the kitchen, take the trash out and grab yourself a drink before we get going. If you've never seen Zwift before, it's an online game where athletes from all over the world train, compete against and socialise with each other live and in real time. All you need to take part is a foot pod, an internet connection, access to a treadmill and a device on which to run the Zwift app. You can use a computer, an iPad, an iPhone, a high-end Android device. Zwift even works on Apple TV. If you have a smart treadmill, you don't even need a foot pod, as your treadmill will send your speed direct to Zwift. Once you've logged in and made sure your equipment is connected, you can join others live for structured group workouts or social runs. You could do a solo workout or take part in one of the many in-game challenges. You could also pit yourself against people from all over the world in a race. There are various Zwift worlds. Some are based on existing places like London, New York, Innsbruck, Richmond, Virginia and Harrogate in the UK. But the biggest world is the fictional Watopia, where you can run in glass tunnels underwater, through the middle of a volcano, in a jungle, up to the top of a snow-capped mountain and on country trails. Watopia is where the Zwift developers let their imagination fly. Like any computer game, the more you run, the higher up the levels you climb and the more virtual goodies you require. If you're a regular treadmill runner, Zwift is going to transform your training. If you're a hater, Zwift is going to change the way you think about indoor running. Before we go any further, if you're watching on YouTube, please click that subscribe button and the bell icon so you're notified every time we go live on this channel. If you're watching on Facebook, please click the like button on the Film My Run page. Film My Run is also my other YouTube channel where I post real world runs, so if you're interested in marathons, ultra running, 10Ks or triathlons, you'll find product reviews, interviews and races over on that channel. I've been running all my life. I started running long distance races in 2011 when I ran my first half marathon, and that was followed a year later by my first marathon in Paris. I've run the Paris Marathon every year since, and have now run well over 100 marathons and ultras. I started using Zwift at the beginning of 2015 when indoor cycling and smart trainers really took off. In the early days, I held the long distance record for cycling of 500 kilometres on Zwift for about 48 hours. And when running started in 2016, I was the first person to run a marathon on Zwift. So if you have any questions about Zwift, if I don't know the answer, I probably know somebody who does. Okay, so now you can go and take the trash out and get that drink. And make sure you keep an eye on that countdown and be back in time for the start proper. Well, go on then, don't just sit there gawping at me. Basically, this message is going to go around in a loop again and again until the start of the run, so you may as well go and do something constructive in the meantime. Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is Film My Run on Zwift. My name is Stephen Cousins and we are broadcasting live on Facebook and on YouTube. While we're getting everything ready, it would be absolutely awesome if you could go and subscribe to the Film My Run YouTube channel and also the Zwift Live YouTube channel. You can also find us on Facebook at facebook.com/filmmyrun and also Twitter at filmmyrun, and the website is www.filmmyrun.com. It's very nearly time, so sit back, relax, don't forget to drop me a ride on and watch me do all the hard work. Okay, here we go then. So, we've been waiting for this a long time. The Zwift Run Academy, Zwift Academy runs. And we have 2 minutes more to wait until the start. Some people have done theirs today. There have been a few of these already. This is workout number 1 of 8. So you have 8 workouts to do and 2 races. So we're going to get on our way with the first workout. This is a 5k pacing effort, it says. So we've got 45 minutes of work. And it's a kind of interval-based session. So 6 times 15 kilometers an hour for 1.5 minutes. Ian Matthews says 1.5% was enough. Does that mean they're introducing incline as well? Incline, yes. Jonathan Cost says incline. So this will be interesting. So we have some hard work to do. The paces don't look too bad, but if we've got incline as well, then it's going to get tough. Clive Finnemore, there are inclines. Apparently there are inclines. Stuart Goffin says, love the music. Thank you, Stuart. Bottom right of the screen, you can see my power. So that is coming from my Stride foot pod. My treadmill is connected directly to Zwift. So the treadmill is what's giving the speed and the pace to Zwift. But I have a foot pod on which is giving power. So the power is on the bottom right of the screen. Daniel Lee. Hey, is it just me? Is your treadmill really quiet when running? No, it's because I have a filter on my microphone which turns down or turns off the sound of the treadmill and just leaves the sound of my voice, which is really handy to have because treadmills are annoyingly loud, aren't they? Okay, here we go. 5 seconds and we're off. And we've got an 8-minute warm-up, so let's see what speed we start at. Right, I'm starting at 9.6. Now, everybody in here doing this run tonight is running at their own paces. So we've got lots of people running, 56 people in the run tonight, in the workout. But everybody has their own paces set in Zwift. So what I'm running might well be different to what somebody else is running. So my intervals at the bottom, well, you can't see it because you're looking at my big ugly mug at the moment, but my intervals are 1.5 minutes, 90 seconds at 15.1 kilometers per hour. Now somebody else might be doing 16 kilometers an hour, somebody else might be doing 13 for those intervals. Chris Milner says, what filter do you use? It's called the NVIDIA Broadcast app. So it only works on computers that have RTX graphics cards. So you need an RTX graphics card in your computer, and then you download the NVIDIA Broadcast app, and that will allow you to use AI on your voice and on your camera. I haven't got any AI on my camera, but I have got it on the voice. Tina Beard, good evening. And yes, Jonathan Cost is confirming that the paces look slower. They do look fairly sedate, and it's because we have inclines in the run. So the instructions are on screen. You'll see that as we run through the workouts, the instructions are on screen for us to follow. Not only are they top left up there, but they're in the middle at the top as well. So it tells you how fast you should be going and how fast you are going. And then there are text instructions right in the middle of the screen that pop up every so often. And all you have to do is stick to the instructions. Carol says they're going to be checking my checking the app tonight, Strava or the Zwift companion app, to make sure I have actually done the inclines. But I'll be able to show you on the overhead camera. So we've got the overhead camera here, and that'll show you what speed I'm going and also what incline I'm doing. So we just have to concentrate on keeping to the instructions and following the workout through. Lots of people we know running tonight. Jonathan Cost is there, Wanda Archer is there, John Shaw is there, Vieira is there. Who else do we know? Bennett, Kelly, Chris Beale is there. So lots of well-known names running tonight's Wednesday workouts, not Wednesday workout. Running tonight's workout session. And this is a time-based session, so a lot of the workouts that we do on Zwift are distance-based, so 400 metres at 15 kilometres an hour and 100 metres recovery or 200 metres recovery. Whereas this one is by time, so we're doing 1.5 minutes of interval and 1 minute of recovery. I'll just Some of you will have seen this before, but I'll just show you what the screen's doing. So this is all about the screen. These are the people taking part in the run. That's a course map up there. And then we've got pace and distance and time at the top. Level 21 is my level in the game. That's the highest you can go. That's what I should be doing. Oh, missed that. I'll have to start it again now. I keep meaning to fix this. It keeps going off too early. I think I've got my timer messed up. Carl Barron says, enjoy your run. Thank you, Carl. Yeah, that's what I should be doing. That's what I actually am doing. Heart rate and cadence are there. And that's the workout details are broken down into sections. How long we've got left. And there's some other stats down there. And then at the bottom you will see a shaded area of blue and a red line. That is heart rate and pace. So Ian Matthews did Ben's 5k down under this morning, and then also did the number one workout, the Zwift workout. So well done. Paul and Debbie are running. Debbie Colville and Paul Deering. So hello to you guys. So we're coming up to 1 kilometre done. Look, there's the sign hanging in the sky, and we're gradually increasing the pace of the workout as we go. If you're just joining me, like I say, all people in the run tonight will be doing different paces, which is why we're not all stuck together like we often are in group runs on a Wednesday and a Monday. This one is based on your own personal pace settings. So that's why we're all already quite spread out after only 1 kilometre. 90 seconds to go. And then we're into our first little bit of work, which will be 4 minutes at 12.8 kilometres per hour. Daniel says, could I get 5k in 30 minutes at 4.5 miles an hour? Well, yes. Is that a joke? Obviously, if you're doing 4.5 miles an hour, well, actually, no. Having said that, no, you're right. It wouldn't be possible. No, you need to be doing 6 miles an hour to get 5k in half an hour. Because 5k is 3 miles. It's actually 3.1 miles. So 3.1 miles. You'd need to be doing 6.2 miles an hour to get 5k in half an hour. Nearly taught me out there. Chris Milner says, how does the system know if you change incline? Well, it doesn't if you've got a standard treadmill. So a bog standard treadmill, they have no idea. The system does not know if you've changed incline. Right, increase the incline of your treadmill up to 1.5% for the next few segments. So there we go, 1.5%, and we're at 12.8 now. Right, 4 minutes at this pace. But if you have, going back to Chris, if you have a smart treadmill, like I do here, that will transmit incline data to Zwift. So it will record it, and it will record it onto Strava as well, and Garmin Connect or whatever site you use. I do not believe you, Paul. I don't believe Debbie doesn't know what incline is. Right, so we're at 1.5% incline, 12.8 kilometres per hour, and yeah, it's going to be a little bit tougher than expected. Yeah, it's okay for the people who already run at 1%, isn't it? You're already primed for this. You know what you're doing. Also, just a note that should the incline go any higher, the power values at the bottom right will be fairly useless. It's not too bad for a 1% or 1.5%, but any more than that, and that power value of 254 will be quite a way out, and I'll be putting out a lot more power than that. It's just that Stride cannot read your power output on an incline indoors. It can do it outdoors, but not indoors. Ian, it's from the Stride app on my phone, and all I've done is plugged my phone into my computer and brought it up on my streaming software and dropped it in so that you're not seeing the full screen of the iPhone. You're just seeing that one little section with the watts. So it's nothing fancy, it's just the app on my phone. Bath time and wine, Debbie. Bath time and wine. Or just alcohol in general. Right, 30 seconds of this to go. But it's only going to get harder. Heart rate is 144. If it feels harder than you thought, don't worry. The next one should feel easier. Don't believe that for a second. Okay, recovery time. 33 minutes left to go of the workout. And just slowing it down a bit for a little rest. Time for the heart rate to come down. Take stock. Breathe, relax, think about what you've got coming up. Don't let it frighten you. Just do the work that you need to do. Take each thing one step at a time. So don't look at the workout as a whole. Just think of the next job you've got to do and get through that job. When you're doing interval training, or if you're doing a very long run, you break it down into manageable mental chunks. So not only manageable chunks that you can do physically, but mental chunks. So mental chunks that you can manage in your head and don't freak you out. Okay, here we go. 4 minutes at 13.3 now. So the heart rate has come down a bit. Still at 1.5% elevation. There it is there. Speed is 13.3. Right, Ian Matthews said his HR hit 186 during this workout. So let's see how much mine gets to. You are 5 years older than me though, Ian, so don't worry about it. That's probably good for you, actually. That's probably a decent workout. One minute done. Right, I think I'm going to put the camera angles on because it doesn't matter, does it really? There's no one around. So if I go the wrong way, who cares? Vidar, we're supposed to be doing 1.5% incline at the moment. Carol Rushworth says, I'm surprised you haven't got a nosebleed with you inclining yet. I am an ardent 0%er. So unless I'm actually doing a hill session, I stick my treadmill incline at 0%. And I don't care who knows it. I find it hard enough on the treadmill without increasing the incline even further. Hi, Darren Smith.
Thank you.
Atana 007 says, as you get older, what happens with your heart rate? Well, generally, your max heart rate will come down. So young kids quite happily go up to 210, 220 BPM for their max heart rate. As you get older, that max heart rate falls. So having a max heart rate of 186 at 55, well, he doesn't even say that that's his max, but he says that's what he hit this morning. And I would say that's pretty good, especially if you go by the old way of working it out, which is 220 minus your age. So that would give Ian a max heart rate technically of 165. Well, that shows that algorithm is completely rubbish, doesn't it? Okay, there we go. 1 minute of recovery. Revo, thank you very much for your ride on. Cheers, buddy. Paul on YouTube, hello Paul, says good evening. I reckon I'm a 186 at 48 years old. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think I'm about that. 190. I did see me go up to 200 the other day, but I think that was a spike. I'm not sure I can take that. But I think, yeah, 186 sounds about right for me as well, or to be honest. Maybe we'll find out tonight. You never know. Okay, so apparently we're still sticking to the 1.5% incline. And here we go with the next one. 13.7 now for 4 minutes. Kilometers gone, and 26.5 minutes left of the very first Zwift Academy run workout number 1, and we're pushing out about 270 watts on this little section. Andrew Usher, good evening to you, buddy. Nice. If you want to join any group workout, any race, you can either look on the Zwift companion app, or you can look on the website here, zwift.com/events, filter for running, and choose the event that you want to take part in. Click on the little plus icon, and that means you've joined the event. Nick Inwood says he did his run this morning
power went off and on. Oh no, on the treadmill. So he almost fell off. Right, Chris Nolan says he thinks the speeds on the workout worked for him, even though he hasn't done a 5k test on Zwift. Oh, he did one a while back, he says. Yeah, I mean, it feels pretty good at the moment. I had quite a hard workout last night, so I was hoping this workout wouldn't be too tough. But we'll see how we feel at the end of the 6 times 15.1 kilometers an hour. Heart rate is currently 153. 4 kilometers done. Yeah, Atana, see, it doesn't work, does it? There are lots of other mathematical ways to work it out, but really the best way is just to run hard. Do a 5k test at the hardest you can go and see what your heart rate reaches. Right, in 30 seconds time, we get a minute and a half to rest, and then we've got to go for it. 6 times, 1.5 minutes at 15.1. Oh, thank you, Ian, that's very kind of you. We'll be down at the Arc again this year, next year.
Thanks for giving my dad a ride on.
Tall boys, thank you. Okay. Right, incline down to 0.5%. I think that's what it said. Can somebody just confirm that's what it said? And not up another 0.5%. It may have said put it up another 0.5% to 2%. So I missed that. Kervin says ready for the spicy stuff. We can do it. We can do it. Less than a minute now. Yes, I'm not running it, Ian. I'll be working, doing the video. Oh, okay. Incline will stay at 0.5%. That's no good. Right, so we'll put it up to, I'll put it up to 1% for the rest of the workout, because I've just got used to 1.5%. Right, thank you, Jonathan. Yeah, I've just seen it. Right. Well, that is too slow. Then 15.1. I mean, 0.5% is neither here nor there, is it really? We'll put it at 1%. Okay, 5 seconds to go.
Nice. 3, 2, 1, let's go.
Okay, 15.1, let's go. So we just need to stay really relaxed as possible, nice and easy. Carol Rushworth, you can shut your face. Carol telling me to put it up to 10%. Yeah. You know where you can go and jump. Okay, 21 minutes left of the workout. Thank you to everyone who's dropping ride-ons.
Ride on.
There we go. 1 minute recovery. One down, 5 to go. Yeah, Jonathan's staying at 1% as well. That's what he's used to. Well, if he's doing 1%, then I should do 1.5, shouldn't I? Jonathan definitely staying at 1%, he says. Right, okay. I'll do 1.5 then. Steve Bragg. Well, I am in training for a race at the moment, so I have been putting a few miles in. So 15 is not too bad for me at the moment. We'll go up to 1.5 now. 1.5 minutes, 90 seconds of work. Here we go again.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
15.1. My treadmill doesn't even go up to 15%, for goodness sake. It goes up to 12 max. I am not doing 15% incline. I'd have to put the treadmill on bricks and put it up to 12% max. You lot are horrible to me. You're nasty. Heart rate is 158 at the moment. Just got to keep breathing and relax. Try and bring the shoulders down like I never do. Avoid shallow chest breathing. What about those people who nose breathe, eh? Now Carol's calling me a wimp. Tina's laughing her head off. This is charming, this is. Okay, here we go.
Nice.
Rest time. Catch your breath and grab a drink. I've got no drink here. You don't need a drink. You don't need a drink for 45 minutes of work. Have a drink before and have a drink after. You don't need one on the run. That is just... That's a crutch. That's a mental crutch, that is. You don't need it. Right, Jonathan Coss says challenge accepted, so he's going up to 1.5% as well. Carol Rushworth, girl power, ganging up on me. Well, story of my life, Carol, to be fair to you. And to me, story of my life. Jonathan Cost's heart rate is 150, which is the same as mine. 151 now. There we go, here we go again.
Okay, let's go.
15 at 1.5% incline. John Shaw's at 152. Wonderwald, thank you very much for your ride on. Victoria is probably only just getting back from running club. She's been out tonight running, done 9 miles with the club. So she might be in the bath. Okay, heart rate 162. Yeah, 161, 162 at the end of that. Ryan Downey's just messaging me on my phone. Doesn't he know I'm in a workout? What's the matter with the guy? Okay, 30 seconds, breathe in, breathe out. Relax. 3 more to go. This is okay though. We can do this. Heart rate nowhere near max. It's going okay. Well, maybe that means we should be trying a bit harder. What do you think? Can we go up to 2% now? Right, 2% it is. Let's go, 15.
Okay, let's go.
Heel to butt and knees driving forward. Ah, that's a bit harder. That feels a bit more difficult. Nick Inwood says, how do you determine which group to run in? Well, you just have to keep trying different groups until you find one that goes about the right pace. 2% it is, Jonathan. 3 more to go. This one and 2 more. 40 seconds. The thing is, Nick, runs like this are set at your own pace. So you don't necessarily run with the group. You run to settings that Zwift has determined for you. Okay, minute recovery. We've got 2 more left. Heart rate 160, same as me, Jonathan, yes. Heart rate 161 now. 160. Dead Chinese says it's 15.1 kilometers an hour fast. Well, it depends who you are. Not for Mo Farah or Kipchoge. Kipchoge ran a 2-hour marathon, 26.2 miles, running at 21 kilometers per hour, over 21 kilometers an hour. So for him, 15 is a stroll. For me, it's relatively quick. It's not uber fast, but it's quick enough. And with the incline at 2%, it definitely feels like I'm working. But if you can see my heart rate, which is 155, I'm nowhere near max. But of course, for some people, for my wife, this would be really, really hard pace. But yeah, if we're talking about elite runners, no, it's not a fast pace at all. Kev France asks a very interesting question. Will Zwift ever release their own treadmill that matches incline? Well, they have recently, well no, for over a year now, had their own hardware department. They're building something. One of the things is bound to be a smart bike trainer, and we're hoping the other is going to be a smart treadmill. Heart rate 165.
Peter Barlow, hello.
Nice.
Okay, last one. One more to do. HR 166 for John Shaw, 165 for me. So about the same, really. Doing well, John. So this last one, we'll do this last one at 3%, which will be hard. So up to 3% incline for the last one. It's only 90 seconds. I'm sure we can manage it. Get that heart rate a bit higher.
Nice.
Okay, let's go.
Right, up to 3%. John Shaw's matching at 3%. 15.1, let's go. 3% there. 15.1 there. Dead Chinese, I'd say it's a 7. 7, probably, out of 10. Thanks, Gator. Right, treadmill down to 1.5. And 164. I didn't actually see it right at the end. Heart rate for John Shaw is 169. I think mine got up to 165 again. Jonathan Cost 165. Well done, guys. Great job, everybody. So, I'm not sure how tough that was supposed to be. I think my pace settings are correct. Because I have done a few fast 5Ks on the treadmill recently, so they must be close to being correct. So I felt that was like a medium hard workout. Yeah, John Shaw, I think it was about the same for me. 15.1 sounds about 9.4 miles an hour, doesn't it? Vidar's hoping to buy the My Run treadmill that I've got in Norway. I think you can get it a bit cheaper than that, Vidar. Carol says she thinks the workouts are only going to get tougher and start off easy. Yeah, well, I mean, I wouldn't say this was easy, but it wasn't an all-out anaerobic leg breaker. I mean, it was hard work, but you know, kind of comfortable hard, if that makes sense. Ah, there you go. Look, practice shouldn't be about being 100%. It's where we learn how to get better. And yes, Tina Beard says, surely the workouts get harder as time goes on. Yeah, I guess so, but what I'm thinking is, this was like a test to kind of gauge where you are. And that has to be based on your previous settings, previous pace settings in Zwift. Yeah, 3% was definitely harder. I agree with that. I wouldn't have wanted to do all 6 at 3%. Definitely not. Dare Chinese says, what is this workout training? Simulating 5k efforts? Yes. So this is part of, it's the first workout of the Zwift Run Academy. And there'll be lots of different kinds of workouts, but all based around 5k pace, interval training, just to get you to be a faster, stronger runner. But they're not going to be long workouts. There's no long runs. There's no endurance training. It's all interval training, all kind of speed training, and it's consists of 8 workouts and 2 races to complete the program. So this is 1 workout done. We've got 7 more workouts to do and 2 races to do to officially kind of graduate from the program. Ian Matthews has a rest day tomorrow, and then he's going to do Run in the Park on Saturday. I've got a long run tomorrow morning, and then we'll do Ryan Downey's Fartlek Friday tomorrow night. But I should be taking that easy. In fact, as I have done with the last 2 Fartlek Fridays, I've taken easy. So I'm going to take this one easy as well. That'd be 3 in a row I've taken easily.
Thanks for giving my dad a ride on.
McManus, thank you very much, buddy. So gradually easing up now, slowing it down, 2.5 minutes to go. So it'll be 9 kilometres done in 45 minutes. And I should get all my stars. See on the left-hand side there, we've got 8 out of 9 stars so far. So just 1 more to get to complete the workout correctly. Heart rate coming down, 140 now. So well done to all the other 55 runners who've taken part in the workout today, or who might still be taking part. Well, we're all still taking part, aren't we? We haven't quite finished yet. We've got another 1.5 minutes to go. Thank you to everyone who's been dropping ride-ons. Thank you.
Run!
Oh. No, Jonathan, I'm not going to 10k. I'm going to have a shower. Jonathan Cost wants to run on to 10k. It's not happening, mate. Vido says, when can you miss the stars in the workout? Well, I mean, you can miss them anytime you want. Oh, I see what you mean. Well, if you run, yes, if you run too fast or too slow, particularly too slow. So if you go down below a certain speed, that 9.8 in the middle of the screen there would turn red. And that would indicate to me that I was going too slow to get my star. Look, I'll just show you quickly. Oh, well, it's not doing it now. It should do it. Maybe it's not doing it because it's recovery time. I think during the actual workout, if you went too slow, it turns red. Right, there you go. That's what we've done today. So 6 times 1.5 minutes. Average power 238, average heart rate 144. And that was good. I enjoyed that. Nice one. Well done to everybody who took part. Let me go and maybe, if I can find some people, I'll drop a few ride-ons. Like John Shaw there. Well done to John. Tate. No, Tate. Neil Messenger. Oh, no, that's not... Well, we'll give him a ride-on anyway, whoever he is. That's the problem now. Now that we're not in the workout, we start to click on all the cyclists as well. Well done to all these guys. Chris Beale, well done to you, buddy. Heldorn, have I done Heldorn? Savnowski. Milland, well done to you. Clive Finnemore, hello Clive. Good job. Mikhail Georgi, well done to him. Oh, there's a cyclist. Lots of cyclists. There's Jonathan Cost, well done Jonathan. There's Paul Deering. Oh no, there's not Paul Deering. Where's Paul Deering? He's gone. There he is. There's Paul Deering and Lusner as well. Lots of people we know who've all joined the run today. Well done to you guys. Great job. There's Jonathan just coming in. So, we've done... how many kilometres have we done? Let's go back to me. 9k done. And Ryan Perring says the Academy kit is sexy, isn't it? I'm not commenting. Because you'll say something, won't you? I know you. And Jonathan Cost says... doesn't do it in cool down. What does that mean? Doesn't do it in cool down. No idea what you're talking about, Jonathan. You'll have to explain yourself. Right, look, that is it. So we've done 9k. I reckon that was a medium hard workout. 7 out of 10 difficulty, because a few of us had to put a bit of extra incline on, increase the speed a little bit at the end. It felt like perhaps we weren't working quite as hard as they intended us to for that workout, but nevertheless, still good. Right, my wife's got in from running and she's brought a friend with her, so I'm going to go and have a shower and have some food. And thank you very much for joining me. Thanks for all the chat on YouTube and Facebook. Entertaining as always. Bent Johansson says, good run, boss. So we'll see you tomorrow for Ryan's Friday fartlek. 7:15 UK time. I'll have a long run in my legs, so I am taking it very easy tomorrow. Oh, right, okay, Carol says, yes, it doesn't work in cool down. So when I was trying to show you that if you go too slow, your pace turns red to indicate that you're going too slow, it doesn't work in cool down. So that's why it didn't work when I tried to show you. Okay, right, that's it, I'm going. Thanks very much for watching, everybody. Take care, have a great evening. I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.